guys, Abby, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do I think this is the first update of my Pan That palette, and I am using this Shaaanxo palette. This is the original one, like I mentioned in my intro. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it below, but basically the reason that I want to pan this is because I am really interested in the remix palette. I kind of wish I had waited and just got that one, because I'm not the huge fan of the potted lipsticks like it has in here. I mean, they're not bad at all, but it's kind of inconvenient to reapply them, so. And I really like the shades in the new palette, which the new palette, it has the same shades as eyeshadow half of this one, but the other half, instead of having the lipsticks, has new shades of eyeshadow. So I don't want to justify having like two palettes with the same 9 eyeshadows in them, so I'm hoping that I can kind of make a dent in this at least, and we'll see where that goes. I mean, I'm on a no buy anyways, so I can't really buy the new one anyways. But I actually found someone else who was panning this. Somebody commented on my on my intro to this that they found somebody, and so I looked it up. And her name is Bonbons on YouTube, so I'll link her below. But she is like, she already panned it like this past year, so she started like this past January. And I haven't had time to sit down and watch her videos, but I'm hoping to kind of watch them throughout as I'm panning, try to get some inspiration and motivation to use these up. So I don't have like still pictures of where it was at the intro. I mean, pretty much everything was brand new, just because I've recently bought this. Like, it's not old. I didn't get it when it first came out. I got it in maybe, I want to say August or September, so it's just a couple months old. But yeah, let's go ahead and just look at the palette where it is now. And what I did, her new palette has names on the shades, so what I did was I took the original half of the palette, like I found a picture online, and then I wrote the shade names on it, so it'll be kind of easier to talk about. So if you have this palette, I would suggest doing that if you don't mind naming your palette, but I guess I can show you right side up. So there's where I am. I have not hit pan on anything, but I have a few little dips. So I'm not using so much this shade Clarity, just because I had other eyeshadows that do a similar purpose for me in my project pan, and I go through that kind of shadow really, really fast, so I don't think I'll have a problem after I use up those products that are in the project pan. Holy Grail, I use this one as a inner corner highlight, brown bone highlight, and then also I use it sometimes on my face. But I do have another highlighter in my project pan, so that might be halted for a little while. The shade Glow Baby, I don't use that a whole lot. I think one time I mixed the two for a highlight, which this one on its own is way too dark for me as a highlighter, but I still think that it's a nice shade. And with all of these shimmers, with the exception of one of them, I use a wet brush to apply them. They look a little better, and they kind of last just slightly longer. And this shade of Buttercup, I'm surprised there's not a bigger dip in this. It is a little bit stiff in the pan, but I use this kind of as my transition shade. And then this one, I thought there would be like more significant pan, but it's kind of like all concentrated at the top, this Beach Babe shade. It's just a really nice bronzy color, and if you apply it wet, it's more metallic, so I really like that one. And then this shade Terracotta, I absolutely love. This is one of my favorite shadow in the palette. What I'll do is I'll just do a Buttercup as a transition, and then just do this like pretty much all over it, kind of like I did today, but this is a different eyeshadow. Just smoke it all over, just do like a monochrome type of look, and then I'll just do a little bit of one of the shimmery shades on the lid and call it a day. So I assume that maybe Terracotta might be the first shade that I hit pan on, so we'll see. And then this shade Toasted, I used it for the first time today. I kind of like it, so I'm surprised that I hadn't used it before. It's just a more cool toned shimmery shade. And then now this shade, this is what I was talking about, the exception, this Avocado. This is pretty much a dupe for like MAC Blue Brown, or that one shade in the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette that's kind of like bluish, brownish red, like shifting, And what I do with this is I use that with the glitter glue. It really intensifies the color and you really get the duochrome effect. Because if you just apply it like it is now, you just kind of get more of the brown. So yeah, I've only used that a couple times. I've just because I figured out how to use it because I didn't really like it like applied on its own. So with the glitter glue or with some other kind of sticky base, like if you have the NYX Milk Pencil or whatever, it'll look better. And this shade's Silhouette. I can never tell if that's a black, if it's like a gray or a brown or what. But on my eyes it looks a little more like a black brown, I should say. That's really descriptive, I know. But I just don't use that one that much just because I feel like I can go too overboard with a shade like that. So I mean, I'll keep trying it out. Maybe I'll find a smoky eye look that I can do this with. So yes, there is that side of the palette. And now there is not much progress whatsoever on the lipstick side. There's one thing that I do want to show you, but I've just been kind of applying it like if I'm just kind of sitting around and I put on chapstick or something, or if I just want like a little bit of color for whatever reason, or if my lipstick starts to wear off and I want to reapply it, I'll just put one of these on. So these don't have names, but so why there's a big pinprick in this one, I was really curious one day because I usually apply these with, I don't know if I have one here, with these kind of Q-tips that have got like the big flat end and then the pointy end. So I'll usually apply these if I'm doing like one of the more brighter shades, or if I'm actually wearing it out, I'll apply with this so it's more precise, but like the lighter shade that I do with my finger. But anyways, I will apply with this, and then one day I got curious how deep these pans are because I don't know what the difference is between like if, I'm assuming that like lipstick products weigh more than eyeshadows, but there's like half of the weight of lipsticks as there is eyeshadows, so I don't know. I'm assuming that means that the lipsticks pans are shallower. So I just stabbed the pointy end of this Q-tip in that shade to see how deep it is, and it is not very deep at all. Like, I think less than a millimeter, so that helped to just let me know that it's not going to take a million years to use these up. And they're not like glosses if you don't have this palette. They're just kind of like cream lipsticks to me. They dry down semi-matte, but not totally matte, but they're not totally glossy either. They're just kind of like a cream lipstick to me. So yeah, there's where I am with this palette. Let me know if you're doing Pan That palette for 2018. And a few of you have said that you want to try to pan this one too, so if you do make videos, let me know if you're doing this one or even a different Pan That palette. I enjoy watching like Amber F and Pretty Pistol 86 and a couple of people that are doing Pan That palette. They are really good at panning shadows. Also LS too, but she applies makeup like 9 or 10 times a week, so hers get a lot more progress than the average person. But this month I'm trying to wear makeup every single day just because I have that Project Pan advent calendar going on, so I kind of need to wear makeup so I can use all those products every day. And then I have pictures of those going up every day on Instagram, so follow me there. It's just at AskLand, the same way it's spelled here. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's the same. Yeah, so that is it for this update. So let me know what you think, if you, like I said before, if you're doing this too. And check out yesterday's video. I did my update for the 12 Pans of Christmas. That's how a lot of you guys found my channel, and I'm so excited about that. And I know a lot of people are finding my channel through the Shaaanxo palette, and I just thank you so much for subscribing if you have, and then if you haven't already, please do. I'd love to have you over here, and that's it. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.